want to make sure that you address people with the proper manners. Your sirs, your ma'ams, and nowadays you might want to ask if they're the sir or if they want to be referred as a man. You want to make sure you follow with their last names until you are told otherwise. If you know someone's name is John Smith, you address them as Mr. Smith until he tells you otherwise. This is also a small thing that kind of, I think people forget, leaves such a great impression. You want to show that you are responsible. I feel like a lot of times we forget that we have the odds stacked against us. So these are the small things that you can do to help push you a lot further. So with your manners, you want to always remember to say please and thank you for just about everything. If someone opens the door, thank you. If they tell you to sign in here, thank you. If you need something, toss in a please. Those are the smallest things that are going to take you a lot farther with your overall perception. And again, you haven't even started the interview process and people like you already. So we're towards the meat of our interview now. So we've dressed the part. We have prepared. We're there on time. We've been nice to everyone and everyone loves us. We're in the interview and they start interviewing us. Here comes those questions that we all hate. So the best way to prepare for these is to actually anticipate the questions. What you're probably going to be asked in your interview are, what are your weaknesses? Why do you want to work here? What are your strengths? Now, we know the answer to those questions. I want to work here because I want to get paid and need to eat. But a lot of times employers want to hear something a little more fluffy, a little more creative, so that they know that you're not just someone who's going to be here for a week and then bounce. You can anticipate these questions by going online and literally Googling interview practice questions. Once you have these questions, pick a few that align with your job industry and literally get into the mirror and practice these answers. You want to have an elevator pitch for yourself and for your questions and your answers. Now, if you don't know already, an elevator pitch basically means it's the thing that you say to someone in the time that you would have in an elevator. The thing that you say to them that convinces them to either buy what you want, to get that number, to continue that business. So your elevator pitch is something like, hi, my name is Jasmine, I work at First Diversity, and I can help you get a better job. Boom. Look at that. You want to listen. You want to do that for your questions as well. So I have a few standard answers that I use. I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. And I think it's important to actually consider those things. Now, when you're answering these, it's important to remember that there are no right and wrong answers, but there are right and wrong reasonings. So I can say that my strength is that I'm really organized, and I can explain why that, and that's going to be good. If I just say that my weakness is that I'm often tardy and I don't explain why or how I'm trying to make that better or how I'm trying to work on that, then that's bad. When it comes to your weaknesses, you always want to have the reason why, how you notice, and how you're going to fix it. When it comes to your strength, you always want to include how you noticed it, why you think it's a strength, and how you're going to strengthen it even more. The other thing to remember when it comes to answering your questions is to relax and to breathe. A lot of times, interviews can just seem absolutely terrifying, but they shouldn't be. You have to remember that, yeah, you're interviewing because you want to work here, but they're also being interviewed by you to see if that's a job that you want to work for. You have the value. You have the talent. They need you just as much as you need the benefits that they can offer you. So relax. You want to make sure you actually breathe. Inhale and exhale fully. You don't want to come off like you have an attitude or anything, but you want to make sure that you're loose, that you're a normal person. A lot of times, if you can talk to someone in an interview, you'll be okay. Have a conversation. Truly get to know the answers to your questions. Don't worry about what you have to do afterwards. Don't worry about getting in there and getting this job right now. Learn. Go in there, have a discussion, and learn. So now we're going to go on to Q&A, and I'm going to grab Catalina, and she's going to ask some questions that you might have about interviewing.
What are some things that interviewees might do that they might not think is like that big of a deal, but they actually kind of make bad impressions.
Gum. Interviewees think it's okay to chew gum at the interview. There's also your phone. But you want to put it on Do Not Disturb, not even vibrate. You want to put it on silent. It's really bad when people have their phones even showing or playing. You want to act like it doesn't exist. So now we're going to role play. What's important in your interview is speaking up. So we're going to start by showing you what not to do. Hi there, Joe. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Ready to start?
Yeah. I'm ready to start. Yeah.
Okay. So what made you want to apply for this position?
I just saw an ad and thought I would come here and see if I could get the job.
Okay. So that is what not to do. It was completely awkward. He looked extremely uncomfortable and didn't look confident at all. Now we're going to show you what you should do. Hi there, Joe. How are you?
Oh, very good. How are you?
Doing good. Okay, so you ready to start your interview?
I am. Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Great. To know why posture is so important, it's best if you see an example of what it looks like when it doesn't look good. Hi there, come in.
Okay. Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah. I'm good.
Good. Now here is an example of what proper posture would look like in your interview. Hi there.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Oh, very good. Very good.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay.
So, what made you want to apply with us today?
Well, I saw the ad, and it sounds like a good job to work at, so I'm excited to hear more about it.
For sure. Okay. See how much better that looks? So professional. Thank you. Like we shared earlier, it's important to address people the right way. Being polite and using your manners can go a long way for you. Here's an example of what it will look like if you don't address people the right way.
Hey, high five. What's up, Jay? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So why do you think this would be a great position for you?
You know, I don't know. I think I can fit in. You know, I got to make some money, so definitely, you know, it's all about money, you know. And you guys don't look like you work too hard, so.
So let's show how different of an impact it can make if you do politely address people.
I want to thank you, Mrs. J, for making this interview available for me.
Oh, for sure. Okay, so why do you think that you would be a good fit here?
I've studied about your mission and what you guys want to accomplish here and really just help people and help the community. And I hope I can be, you know, part of that. And that's very exciting to me. That's part of kind of a personal mission of mine is to help our community.
Wow. Awesome. You're hired. Always remember your pleases and thank yous. Okay, before we begin, would you like a cup of water or coffee or anything?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, with that response, you're probably not gonna get water or coffee from me. So let's show how different it can look if you use your pleases and thank yous. Okay, before we begin, would you like any water or coffee or anything?
Yes, please. I appreciate it. Thank you for offering.
Oh, for sure. No problem. Get him however much coffee and water he wants. It's on the house.
Thank you. That's very generous.
It is. Here's what it looks like when you don't prepare for your questions ahead of time. Okay, so could you tell me what you think your greatest strengths and weaknesses are?
Man, I can talk to people and, you know, I'm pretty cool at, you know, mixing it up with everybody at work and, you know, being good, you know, if people want to do jokes and stuff, you know, I can play along with the jokes. And so, man, I like to work too, man. Sometimes I'll come in, I'll work real hard some days. So I think that's a pretty good strength. What was the question again? Strengths and weaknesses?
Yes.
My weaknesses, man. I got a little bit of temper, so I can yell at somebody and go off on them a little bit, but, next day be all cool and everything.
Okay, so the problem here is that those strengths and weaknesses weren't explained the right way. Remember what I said. Your strength or your weakness isn't necessarily good or bad. It's how you explained it. Now, all I know is that he works sometimes, and that his weakness is that he has a temper problem. We don't know why. We don't know what he's doing to work on it or what triggers it. So let's show you an example of what it would look like if you did explain those. Alrighty. So, could you tell me what you think your greatest strengths and weaknesses are?
My greatest strengths and my greatest weaknesses. I've been known at different former jobs that they said I've done very well with the general public. I've spoken well, and I think I communicate well with managers. If management asks me to do something, I try to always repeat it back and say, are you asking me to do this? So, I think, again, the strengths part is communication, and clear communication, I think, is going to help hopefully get the best out of me. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And then on the weakness side, probably some details in this job that I don't know everything and aspect about.
For sure.
And so I think I'll be behind the curve in some of this field because I've done a little bit, but some of this field is kind of new to me, but I can't wait to learn it. I think what my weakness could be today won't be that tomorrow after hopefully coming under your management, your training, and absorbing all this. I look forward to sharpening and strengthening my weaknesses.
Awesome. See the difference that made? Now it's important to remember throughout the entire interview that you want to relax. You have to breathe. It's going to be okay. It looks really bad when you're not breathing normally and you're not relaxed. You don't really notice it until you see it, so we're going to show you. Okay, thanks for coming in, Joe. So we're going to get started. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you okay?
I'm just a little nervous,
Oh, no need to be nervous.
Okay. Cool.
So what made you apply for this position?
Well, let me think. I'm sorry. Okay. I know I'm coming here for. I gotta work. I gotta make money and.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone can feel the panic in the room. So, we're gonna show you what it looks like if you just breathe and relax and answer your questions. A great tip is that you can think in your breathing time. I tend to talk really fast and sometimes I overthink. So I have learned to breathe, to give myself time to think, so that way I can think out what I'm gonna say and that sentence comes out a lot smoother. Okay. Well, thanks for coming in, Joe. So let's go ahead and start. You ready?
Yeah, let me just take a big breath and
for sure
get ready for this. I'm a little nervous.
Oh, no need to be nervous.
I'm excited to be here. So okay, I'm
ready.
That's great.
Okay. So what made you apply for this position today?
Okay, I saw online. I saw what was going on. I've noticed the smiles and everything in your staff on some of the pictures, and just really impressed with the organization. And so I thought maybe I should get at least more information about it. But yes, I am very interested, and I've seen where you've come from, mm-hmm. where the beginnings of this business has gone, and now where the future is. So I feel like I can be a part of that.
For sure. You're hired. Okay, guys, so you can take these clips and remember that it's okay to take your time, to plan ahead, to breathe through, to speak up, and to be polite. Your interview will be outstanding. We know you can do it.